What's going on, guys? Stefan here with you, S&E's Garage. Today we are going to be adding Apple CarPlay to our 2006 Lexus IS350. So since purchasing this Lexus, I have really been needing Apple CarPlay, and I say needing because I'm used to a newer infotainment system. And this car is a 2006. Now, I do like the factory look of this center stack here, and I did not want to change that. So a couple of videos ago, we went ahead and repaired this unit here. We went ahead and put a new digitizer on it for the touchscreen because the touchscreen was inoperative. So now everything here is good. It's just outdated. So we're going to show you the best option to add Apple CarPlay and modernize the infotainment system on your second generation Lexus IS right now. So what we went with here is the Grom Vline VL2. This is a complete standalone Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and like I said, standalone infotainment system. You can use this unit without connecting your phone. And they can be found at www.gromaudio.com. This just happens to be the Lex 5 version of the V-Line. This will fit your second generation Lexus IS. Again, just look on their website, double check fitment. But let's go ahead, let's get you set up on the tripod. Let's unbox this, and then we're gonna go over to the car and start tearing it apart. Now, the install on this guy is actually really simple. It's completely plug and play with T-harnesses. So basically you unplug the radio, you plug the car into one end and then this into the other, and it goes in between the factory head unit. It basically uses the auxiliary input on the factory head unit, and it basically hijacks it, and it allows you to use their new modern features. So I have never opened this yet. This is a live unboxing. I have not seen what this looks like yet. So let's go ahead and open her up. It's going to come with a nice installation manual. You can go ahead, read through it if you need to. I don't think we're going to need to because we kind of know what we're doing here. But this is going to be the actual unit itself. Now, Grom recommends installing this guy in the glove compartment. So what it's going to come with is the Grom unit itself. These are the plugs on the back. I believe we are not using the HDMI out. Everything that we're connecting should be on this end here. But let's go ahead and open this up. Okay. So here is going to be your microphone cable. It's going to connect to pins 2 and 3, which is this guy here. So we're going to have to find pins 2 and 3 and connect this wire to that, but that's rather simple. We can do that. This is going to be your wire that's going to connect the screen basically to this unit. It's going to allow the screen to communicate with it. And then they also give you an aftermarket microphone for if you don't want to use the one in the vehicle. We're going to be trying to use the one in the vehicle. And then this is going to be the USB plug that you can then go ahead and use to plug your USB in and things like that. Now, there are also going to be wires or connectors in the back. That is where this T-harness is going to plug. It's going to plug into the back. And then our AV cable is then going to plug into that port right there. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get this thing set up as much as I can outside of the car. That way, when we go in the car, it's as simple as hiding the module and plugging it in. Okay, guys, so in the car, this is gonna be super simple. First, we're gonna take our armrest, slide it back, and we're going to unscrew our gear shifter and place it to the side. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna wanna get your fingernail or a trim tool or something up underneath this silver trim, and you're going to pull it straight up, like so. Going to do the same thing on this side. Again, like so. Now we can go ahead and pull the center console straight up and out, just being mindful of unplugging your electrical connectors. So now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get a Phillips head screwdriver, and I'm going to remove this ashtray or whatever you want to call it. We're going to pull it out, remove it. Okay, we need to remove this vent up here, and then there's going to be two 10mm bolts down here. We can easily get to them. The other two are behind this vent, and then we can go ahead and pull the whole radio out. So the easiest way that I've found to remove these vents without damaging an already brittle dashboard is to stick a pocket screwdriver with some tape on it right in this gap here between the navigation unit and the vent, and you're just going to pry it out like so. You'll see it comes out relatively easily, and now we can just go ahead and unplug the wires going to it. Okay, we're just going to set this aside, set these wires aside. Now let's go ahead and remove our head unit. And like we said earlier, it's going to be held in with 4 10mm bolts. Now you can just grab it from the top and the bottom and wiggle the unit out like so. We're going to go ahead and remove the glove box. This side panel here is just going to pop right off. We're going to have to drop our passenger airbag, and we dropped that lower panel as well, and now we'll be able to go ahead and pull the glove box out. All right guys, passenger airbag is down. We did not unplug it, so I didn't bother disconnecting the battery. It's just dropped down. It's going to be held in with 3 10mm bolts. There's going to be 2 on your right side, 1 on the left, and then you can drop it straight down. Okay guys, just like that, the glove box is out. There's going to be 3 Phillips head screws, 1, 2, 3 up top, and then there are 2 at the bottom, 1 here and 1 here, and then you can pull the whole glove box. So now let's go ahead over to the toolbox with the glove box, and we're gonna mock everything up. Okay guys, so ultimately what we decided to do here is cut this little square out. You can see it right here. I just used a little angle grinder, but you could use whatever you have, whether it be a hacksaw or something like that. We cut that little square out, and now all of our wiring for this thing is gonna go right in right from there. So let's go back out to the car now. We're gonna leave this here for a minute, and let's go ahead and start routing our wiring that's going to be in the car. So everything that we need to run is going to come in to the glove box area through this little square here. So I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get this over here. I'm gonna do the same with this guy. Run this right through here, and I am very quickly going to locate the connector that needs to go in line here, and we're going to plug it in. That way that part of the installation is done, and that's going to be that one there. And then one other thing we need to do here is the GPS antenna. Okay, which again is going to come right through here. And we are going to mount this somewhere under the dash. You're going to want it as high as possible. I might just try to stick it on top of this this vent here. So let's go ahead, hold this off. Stick it right up there, like so. Okay, let's go get our glove box. All right guys, so very quickly, just want to show you where we are at. We have our Grom here, double-sided taped up here inside of the glove box. So now we have all of our wires ran. We're gonna go ahead and start plugging the radio back in. Okay guys, everything back here is plugged in. We went ahead and ran our blue cable in line with the blue cable back here. Our power cable is down there, so everything here is good. We're just gonna go ahead and throw this thing into the dash. I'm not gonna bolt it in yet, and we're gonna power it up and see how it works. Okay guys, so as you can see, everything in here is working. I have been playing around with this a little bit, just trying to get it all set up. Now the cool thing about this unit is it has Apple CarPlay, it has Android Auto, but it is also a standalone tablet. So if I unplug my phone right now and let it go back to the main menu, this is your main menu here. So I can add, I downloaded Play Store. You know, I can add all kinds of apps here. It's literally like having a tablet on your in your car. So if you go to the Play Store, it's literally just like, you know, what you would find on your phone. The touchscreen isn't super responsive. That's not a problem with the Grom, it's a problem with the car. It is an older touchscreen, so if you go this route, you have to be deliberate with your finger presses. But like, I can add Facebook, I can add Apple Music, I can put YouTube on here. The list just goes on, and it's honestly, it's pretty wild. So let me finish setting this up. Now, one thing I think is fairly important to mention here is the fact that your factory backup camera actually still works. So there's no need to worry about that. You retain that functionality, which I think is absolutely awesome. But no, I do not want to get red flagged here for copyright. So I'm not actually going to play any music. But I do want to show you that the steering wheel controls here, if we go ahead and hit them, the steering wheel controls do work. So we can go ahead, you know, switch songs right from our steering wheel. We can control the volume from our steering wheel, like you see. And this is all on Apple CarPlay. That's really all that I'm going to be using this for, is the Apple CarPlay. If I wanted to use any of the other features, I would have to either purchase some sort of a internet device for this, or I would have to stream or share basically my internet connection with my phone. And I really don't see a need to do that when you have Apple CarPlay, because all the apps that I need are already on my phone. I have maps, I have music, I can go here, we can scroll over, you know, everything that I need is on my phone. I have Pandora, so if I want to stream music, I can do so right from Apple CarPlay. Now, what's cool is the Apple CarPlay, this doesn't have to be plugged in. What I ended up doing here is I ran the USB cord from in the trunk. It goes under my console, and then I snuck it out right here, right by the driver's seat, in between the center stack. So my cord is right there. I just plug my phone in, put it on the seat, and I have my Apple CarPlay, and I'm good to go. So just give me a couple more days with this thing. I'm gonna really kind of get used to using it and show you as many of the features as I can. So this video is not going to be posted right away, but let me get used to it, and I'll show you everything I can. Okay, so say you're in CarPlay and you want to get back to the factory infotainment in order to, you know, change a setting or something like that. Number one, climate should just work. If you go ahead and click climate, it'll go back to that. But if you wanted to go to audio, it's not always going to work. In this case, it is. But what I went ahead and did is I went ahead and put a factory user interface shortcut back here on my Grom. So if I go ahead and hit this button, it's going to bounce me right back to the factory interface. I can then go ahead, I can change the sound, I can change whatever settings I need to tweak here. And then to go back to the Grom, we just hit disk aux. And here we are back at it, and then I can go back into CarPlay, I can go into Maps, I can basically do whatever I want with CarPlay. Again, that is my main reason for having this, is the CarPlay. So there's literally, it's a tablet, you can do whatever you want here. So I can go to the Play Store, I can download whatever I want. I can download Google Chrome, I can download Facebook, I can download YouTube. It's literally endless. I could make a 24-hour video on showing you all of the features on this, but if you've used a Galaxy tablet or something of the sort, or you have an Android smartphone, you're going to know exactly how to use this. You're going to be right at home, and I think this is fantastic that I was able to do this to a 2006 vehicle utilizing the factory setup here, because if you get in this car, it looks factory, and that to me is huge because I love the factory look of this car. I think it looks fantastic. So that is going to be it for this video. If you did like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Again, check out the guys at Grom Audio. I'm going to leave a link to their website in the video description below. Definitely check them out. So if this video helped you, please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.